And I think McDaff is the only person in the chat, so if you can tell me if this is working properly, that will be extremely useful. Okay, let's get this started then. Just swap you to scene 2 while I type in the password. And here we go. Let's change the admin panel. Change that to 4. And what was the other thing I needed to change? Our crewman for the guns. We're still tweaking the settings of this, so these numbers are under test. That was it. Respawn time. Hey! Right, let's head up to this wall because somebody's supposedly over here. In fact, there's multiples of them. There goes one. Cheeky Brit. Where are all these guys going? Nowhere apparently. I think they're looking for bugs around the side of the map here. This could hurt. I'm going to move away before he shoots me. So this wasn't on the live stream schedule, which is why this is starting early. I thought some of you might like to watch this. Ow! Fire time on that rifle's too long. So let's take a look. So this is the wall they're trying to assault. You've got some cannon up on the corner there. I think a couple along the walls. They've got some trench works, a nice little tunnel, and some cannon batteries with a mortar. That's not a very good cannon. We'll have to fix that when we fix all the bugs in this map. So if anyone has the game and wants to come join in, we're just on the 77Y Siege server. There's no password, so you're all welcome. I won't be in here particularly long, just until the usual start time for the live stream. Let's see, who have we got to shoot? Oh, a nice line of people, but instead I'll go for this guy. And again, this thing doesn't shoot quick enough. I need to stop doing this with the rifle. There's a nice delay on the rifle between releasing the button to shoot and it bothering to actually do so. You can see the cannons here are knocking nice chunks off this wall. Turn into a breach soon enough. What am I going to be playing tonight? The list was up on the YouTube thing, but I'm going to start hopefully with a single game of League of Legends with my future ranked team, or the majority of my future ranked team, just in case there's somebody who hasn't seen that. I don't intend to do multiple games, it will just be one. Mainly because I want to test the live stream and the recording aspect of it, because once we start ranked games I will be recording those for YouTube. Not really as a series, but just as they happen. Following that, I think I'll show whatever the latest Batman's called. Is it Arkham City? Because I picked that up in the Steam sale, just as a sort of a demo of what it is, in case anyone else wants to pick it up while the sale's still on. Depending on the time, after that we may have some Team Fortress with Chadman, but if the time starts to run out, then I will just skip straight to Crusader Kings, which is what I'll be ending with. Stanley says he's having FPS issues when he's trying to record. What FPS are you getting, Stanley? Which program are you trying to record with, I guess is the other question. No, the live stream doesn't follow the Irish or the Ghanaian campaigns. It has its own Polish campaign, which is completely separate. I've never heard anybody say anything good about MSI Afterburner, to be perfectly honest, so I would suspect that is something to do with it. Oh, looks like we've got a breach. The British are on the walls. This map was made by Happy Banana. He's made I think it was one other map as well. Oh, here come the British, I think off melee in first person. They're capturing our flag. The flag looks a lot lower than it should be. Club to death. Take that. So it seems some of the Brits managed to get into our respawn. There were a few bugs with respawn, so maybe they actually just spawned in here when they shouldn't have done. But also, given the gaps in the wall, the open gate and everything else, it's entirely possible they just walked in. Piano playing in the middle of a siege. Got to keep up the spirits. Let's see what we've got up here. A couple of Brits running the mortars. Someone's firing canister. You'll probably see a lot of people with the cadet rank today. We had a new wave of cadets appear yesterday, so this is their first event after training yesterday. Stanley, personally I'd suggest a better software to start with, just to test it's even your hardware to begin with. Both Bandicam and Fraps offer free trials, and Yoda, go away. So I try one of the free trials of Bandicam or Fraps. Make sure you get the settings set up properly, or otherwise it's not really a proper test. If you're still having the issues then you know it's something to do with hardware. Bandicam especially needs very specific settings or it runs like rubbish. Insert your expletive of choice there. Muskets were particularly long. As you can see, this one's almost the height of the character, with the bayonet on at least. Oh, you mean bloody, as in blood on the musket? Okay. Oh, here comes a Highlander. That was one of the better meleeers. Yep, that was Bradders. He's one of our private first class. I could tell as soon as I started fighting him there. Fraps, I've found that even on my PC I cannot run full screen at all. It just lags to crap, which is why I use Bandicam. I can run Bandicam on full screen 1080p quite happily, and it's got nowhere near the hardware slowdown Fraps has. I've no idea what Fraps does to make itself so terrible. Where'd you come from? Get out of here. I mean, maybe the latest version of Fraps is better, but the version I was using definitely did not want to run in anything but half size. Bandicam, I will just pull up the settings quickly so you can see them. So the important ones are on screen now, which is the video settings, so you want full size. Obviously, that's your frame rate. The codec, you need motion JPEG, that's the key one. Quality, I leave it at 80. And then the other thing is the codec for sound, you want PCM. And with regard to the actual sound settings, obviously this is your primary sound device, so it's Windows 7 sound in my case. This is where you would set your microphone if you were recording directly using Bandicam. I use Audacity as a separate thing and then stitch them together later. But you want to make sure you tick this box here, which mixes them together, because if you don't mix them together it's writing to two separate files, and that really does kill off your CPU. Your CPU will just go mad if you try and do that normally. Maybe if you were writing to a separate hard drive from the game, it might like it a bit more, or if you had an SSD, but it definitely doesn't like trying to play the game, write the video and write the sound file all to the same drive. It looks like the server's gone down. Oh, and as you can see along the top, that is Bandicam's frame rate. So when it's green, that means you're not recording. Okay, let me just switch over to the other screen so you don't see the password as I log in. Because obviously I log in with admin. Okay, there we go. So just as a quick demonstration, if I turn Bandicam on, you'll see that number at the top go red, and it will drop considerably once I start recording. So as you can see, in this case it goes down to 50 because Napoleonic Wars is pretty good for recording. In the case of things like Shogun, when things start getting heavy, it will drop to about 20. But I mean, go look at the videos if you want. My very early Shogun videos were done with the best settings I could get on Fraps, and my later ones are done with the best settings I can get on Bandicam, and I would say the difference is like monstrous. Yeah, when you look back at your recording, those numbers don't appear. They're like an overlay just for you to see, so you can see when you're recording what frame rate you're getting. They don't show up on the videos, and they're frames per second. Yeah, they're gone now because I closed Bandicam down. Because there's no point in trying to live stream and record with Bandicam. Oh, some cannon shooting here. Maybe I don't want to stand here. This is the 77Y Siege server, so feel free to join. We're just map testing and looking for bugs, basically. We're looking to try and set up our own Siege event as the 84E cancelled theirs. I know you guys like seeing Siege videos. In fact, I think my 3 most popular videos are all Siege. So I need to fix the respawn time because he reset the server, and the amount of cannon goes up, and the amount of light infantry that can be riflemen go up. There we go. Yeah, I have 3 screens. The middle screen for gaming, which is the 27-inch. The left screen is where I have TeamSpeak and Steam friends list, and also when I'm live streaming the XSplit window. And the right screen is where I have the chat window. Take that. Yeah. The 2 side screens I think are 22s. They're basically the old monitors I used to have, where when I upgrade my monitor, the old one moves to the side basically. The middle one's 27, and the 2 side ones I think are 22s. No, this isn't my real name. For anyone who's gone on to wargamer.com and looked at the latest Napoleonic Wars review, you will know my new name. Well, not my new name, my real name. That was the word I was looking for, not new. Malakith was entirely made up at the time. Yeah, it wasn't going to come out till the 22nd. I guess the guy who owns the site had a gap to fill or something because he moved it up. But yeah, Malakith is completely made up. I later found out it's rather close to Malakith, which is a dark elf from Warhammer or something. But I found that out afterwards. And Skadi is, yeah, one of the Norse goddesses. It just kind of seemed to fit, so I went with it. Can I display the review? It's a video, so hang on. I'm not going to just play it over my live stream because that would just be weird, but I can show you the... So this is wargamer.com, and it is this one here. People look into multiplayer of Mountain Blade Warband. So it's just a video here featuring mostly the 77Y. Right then, let's go through this tunnel just because it looks cool. Ah, he's a bit close. If someone wants to go to wargamer.com and find the link for him, that would be helpful to me. Oh, yeah, you guys can't link. I had to disable that last week due to the spammer that was in there. Let me find it. Hopefully it will let me provide the link, because otherwise that's a bit crazy. There you go, that should work. Why can I hear fighting over here? I think it's $25 an article. I'm working on a Sniper Elite V2 review, but haven't finished that yet. What the hell? I can hear fighting and people dying. Where did that guy go? Okay, there's his corpse. Now, who killed him? Tailworld's forum name, I think it's Malakith. I didn't actually get a contract at all. The guy just contacted me through YouTube and went, "Hey, you want to come do this for us, please?" I was like, okay. I had to submit some sample writing and things like that, so he ended up with one of my rather technical university reports, but you know, he asked for it, so. Reenactment Airsoft is, at my site at least, hilarious, because a lot of the guys that play do blank firing reenactment the majority of the time, so they have a lot of money spent on realistic looking World War II gear, and then they really scrimp on the gun and buy a stupidly cheap airsoft gun, which is absolutely terrible when you put it up against someone who's spent a lot of money on the gun and not a lot of money on the looking good. So basically, as soon as they may look better in the spawn zone than me by a long way, but as soon as it gets into shooting, I can outrange them by a good 40 meters normally. It makes for amusing results. How long are my technical reports? I think the Robot Wars project, which is a video of the Robot Wars fighting on my YouTube channel, was 12,000 words maybe. I don't just do World War II, I do modern as well, but I took part in the World War II ones because they sounded quite fun. Oh, you spawn campy little bugger. Get out. There's one. I got my university results back the other day. I was quite happy with them, to say the least. There's only one grade I wasn't too impressed with, but I kind of expected that to be rather bad, so it wasn't really a surprise, but overall I'm happy. It's all done as percentages, with 70% being the highest grade you can achieve It's like there's a first class. You can't get any higher than a first class. You can obviously get higher than 70%, but and I think in every lesson except for pure mathematics, I got above that grade. In pure mathematics, I got about 40. Applied mathematics, I got 83, but pure mathematics was just terrible. So it's basically, I can't do maths just for the sake of doing maths, but if you give me a problem to solve using it, I'm quite happy. But overall, I think I averaged 79.5%. So when 70s are first class, that's a comfortable margin above it. Oh, everyone got swapped. Yeah, there's only so many different ways of differentiating and integrating things before my brain just explodes and goes, I've had enough. Not sure why I had to reset that. Someone says, do I like in the UK? I'm guessing he means live in the UK, and yes I do. Samurai Peko, which method are you using for trying to block? Because obviously there's the keyboard or the mouse or the automatic. Obviously you don't want automatic. You definitely don't want keyboard either. Mouse is the one that nearly everyone uses. It just takes a lot of practice, especially when you're circle strafing. This is going to get painful. Someone's going to lean over the wall and shoot me in the head. I can feel it. Come on, you. Stick your head over. Do it. You'll do. Oh, it's M-Hatch from the Ghost Recon series. We're in the UK. I go to university at Brighton and don't live far from there. That's about as much as I'm willing to say, really, on the internet. It's raining bodies. Ow. And bullets. So one thing I'm trying to work on at the moment is a better logo for my channel because, well, I just don't like the one I've got at the moment, the little avatar, not the background. I've got some ideas for it, I just need to get it put together. And I may look at using a webcam for live streams at some point in the future. I managed to win an award for highest grade in one of my classes and they're giving me £100 apparently, but I find that out on Monday. So I may well put that towards a webcam. Well, not put it towards, use it to buy. I mean, I'm not getting something that's cost more than £100 in a webcam. Someone bought this. No, someone bought Warband. Unit2, did you also buy the Napoleonic Wars DLC, or did you just get Warband? Okay, apparently we're having the nodding donkey attack on the gate. Okay, Unit 2, probably the best thing to do is, if you don't enjoy the single player, is go look at the monstrous amount of mods available for the game and try and find one you like. Nord Invasion, which I've featured on this previously, is just a Warband mod. There's another good one called CRPG. Just Google top 10 Warband mods or something and you'll find a nice list of them. It's kind of like Half-Life in a way that it just spawns mods everywhere. Is it hard to install mods? No, you just go to wherever you've installed it. If it's Steam, you'll go to your Steam folder and there's a folder called modules, and you basically just drop the entire mod folder into that modules folder, and then when you boot up it will appear in the drop down menu for you to select. There's plenty of videos on YouTube and Google articles that say how to install Warband mods. If you just type how to install Warband mod, it will probably be the top of the list. Now we have a breach. This is what I was waiting for. Oh, hello. How did that miss? Ah. Okay, time for some first-person melee. Got him. Open gate. Go, go, go! Chambered! Come here. Stabbed your face. Oh, I don't like the looks of this. Oh no, that was Panos, our resident Greek. That's where all the regiment funds go, bailing him out. Stab him in the back to protect the friend. Oh, come in. I'll take that bullet in the chest, don't worry. Oh, but I can't dodge that. How do you chamber? Okay, to anyone who's not familiar with what chambering is, it's where you basically block the enemy attack and do an attack of your own at the same time without using the right mouse button, which for anyone who doesn't own the game is the usual block button. And what you do is, when an enemy attacks you, say they're doing an underarm attack, you have to do an attack in the same direction, so in this case, for the example, underarm as well, normally just before the bayonet's about to hit you. And what it does is it essentially parries their attack away, and if you imagine, it flicks it to the side, and then carries your own attack home at the same time. So unless they're very quick at blocking or they chamber back, they're pretty much just going to get stabbed and there's not a lot they can do about it. Obviously it's very high risk because if you mistime your attack back at them, it will just let you get stabbed in the chest, which is never a good thing. But I find it a very effective tactic for dealing with the majority of people. The kind of people who can successfully counter it repeatedly are the kind of people that will usually win at melee against you anyway. So that ting of a block was actually a chamber, but I got stabbed by his mate before I could ram it into his face. Really? Jacob camping the spawn? Come back here. The other stupid thing about this game is you run faster in shooting mode. If I was to switch to melee, I would run slower. It's a really ridiculous trait of the game, and it makes absolutely no sense, but there you have it. Yes, you do need to join the forums if you want to join the 77Y, because you need to apply on our application form, which is located on the forums and needs a forum account to fill in. Okay, they've gone through the tunnels, so I'm going to go head them off where the tunnels come out. Sorry, I knocked the microphone there. So where are they gone? Let's run down here and see if there they are. Come here. Gotcha, cheeky buggers. Nice little armory down here. Okay, I'm just going to jump to the menu for a second. Just seeing if the League of Legends people have got themselves sorted out or if they're being lazy buggers, and I'm going to have to work around them being incompetent. And if any of them heard that, I'm sure I'll get it in the neck later. Okay, someone's running a little late, so maybe I'll jump to Batman first and switch League of Legends into second. Where did he get shot from? No, 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 cadet. So that was a chamber there, and then I stabbed him in the head for good measure. Dodge that bullet, run in and stab him in the face. Good tactics there. Training sessions at the 77Y. When you first join, you'll be a cadet, which is cadet school, which is led by me. And I teach you all the basic orders that the regiment uses, and you try to demonstrate you can follow them. I then teach you shooting, specifically the difference between short range and long range shooting. Mostly improving in that is on your own time. You mostly just use the Tuesday sessions to demonstrate what you're capable of. And then following that, most of the rest of the session is dedicated to melee and its various facets, as that's the most difficult part, basically. Right, so I'm going to swap to my next game. So if everyone will just hold on. I just need to stop the stream and restart it with a new name so that all the files are named up correctly and all that crazy stuff. So back in a second.